In Retro Game of the Week, we dive into our game library and pick out a classic to see if it still holds up today. Let's grab a controller and play some retro games.
Over the years, we've seen many Star Wars games, but most of them lack the ambition and quality to match the anticipation. Back in less complicated times, we were already very happy with a Star Wars-themed shooter. It was a time when Jar Jar Binks was not yet known as one of the most annoying characters in the Star Wars universe.
I hope the demonstration lives up to your claims. Proceed.
Back in 1995, the first-person shooter genre was just being born. Series like Wolfenstein and Doom started the whole thing in 1992, and 3 years later it was Star Wars Dark Forces that added clear story elements and the jump and crouch functionality to the genre. The Force sure was strong with this one.
Now to get to my ship.
The story of Dark Forces follows the mercenary Kyle Katarn on his quest to destroy the advanced Stormtroopers known as Dark Troopers. He works for the Rebel Alliance in a mission against the Empire. The settings in the game are truly in the spirit of Star Wars, and occasionally there are references to famous characters and locations like Jabba the Hutt and the Death Star Project. This Star Wars game not only introduced new game elements for the first-person shooter genre, but its designers wanted the game to feel more like an adventure title. Therefore, they created animated environments and environmental puzzles with switches and such. Even though the game was played as a three-dimensional shooter, its graphics were actually 2D. These sprites or images are the wallpaper for video game environments. Even objects and enemies are made by separate images, changing depending on the viewing angle and status of the object. We still had a couple of years to go before characters were actually 3D polygon models. Between 1995 and 1999, a total of 952,000 copies of the game was sold.
The Emperor has approved.
Star Wars Dark Forces is one of the biggest releases from the 90s. You can still find the game on Steam or on the PlayStation Network as a PlayStation 1 classic. But remember, old school this game is, young Padawan.